welcome to 104.2 Sports Talk. I'm Gage Secor here with Diego Allen and Jonathan Gurley. Today we are going to talk about who we think is the best player at each position in the NBA and who we think are going to be the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Now tell me, Diego, who do you think is the best point guard in the league?
Russell Westbrook.
Jonathan?
Isaiah Thomas.
I think it is Stephen Curry.
Okay. Well, yeah, why do you think it's Steph Curry? Why do you think it's Isaiah Thomas?
Well, I think it's Steph Curry because he's just shown that he can outshoot and he can really perform well in the finals, especially this year when he was playing LeBron James. Everybody focused on Kevin Durant, but I feel like Curry was the one that he took the leadership role, and he, in my mind, played the best during the finals because he passed better and he scored almost the same as Kevin Durant.
Why do you think it's Isaiah Thomas? Because you don't hear that too often.
I think it's Isaiah Thomas because he's one of those good players who can shoot and pass, and he can shoot threes, kind of like Curry, but not as well as Curry. But you really don't need as much three-point shots with Curry. Why do you think it's Westbrook?
Well, obviously one of them's because he averages a triple-double. He broke the record for most triple-doubles, and he's just there's no other point guard in the league that's done that this year.
Yeah,
or that I feel that can do that.
Well, Harden got 21.
But Harden's a shooting guard.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you in the fact that Westbrook is definitely one of the top point guards in the league, but I can't say that he is the best. I mean, he played with no good players, so he was forced to get those points and rebounds if his team even wanted to win. And so if you look at Curry or you look at, for instance, Isaiah Thomas, they had better players, so they didn't have to take as much of the scoring load. For instance, Curry didn't put up numbers like that because he focused on getting the ball to Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green instead of just taking all the shots himself.
But Westbrook's certainly in the top three.
Yeah. All right, moving on to shooting guard. I think the number one, who do you think is number one?
Klay Thompson.
What about you?
CJ McCollum.
And I think it's James Harden.
Why do you think it's James Harden?
It's just he can shoot, and he can also drive in for layups and stuff. But his defense isn't very good.
He doesn't do defense.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, he's also an MVP candidate, so obviously he's doing something right. So.
Yeah, but you got to think about the team because Harden played on a team that he carried more of the load than, for instance, someone like Klay Thompson. Because Klay Thompson, you put him in there in 2015 or 2016 on a team like the Rockets, I bet he could put up similar numbers. But since he plays on a super team with Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry and all those players, he doesn't have to take the scoring load or take any of the load, basically. He just they have to count on him on defense and count on him to score when they need him. But besides that,
And then, why do you think it's CJ McCollum? Because I don't think he's not in my top 5, that's for sure.
Well, he can shoot, pass, and he has good defense. So that's one of the good things is you can have somebody who you can shoot to. If you pass to, they have a chance of making it, a very good chance of making it. And then when you go on defense, you have a player like him that can have some good defense too.
Well, good argument. I think we should move on to small forwards.
Yeah. Mine is LeBron James.
What is yours, Jonathan?
Kevin Durant.
Mine is Kawhi Leonard. Why did you say LeBron James?
Well, obviously, because he can pretty much carry a team, I guess. But he also does, need some help, I guess. And he does a very well job of driving in the ball as much as he can or as much as he wants to. Or, he can also sometimes dish out the ball.
What's your case, Jonathan?
First off, LeBron does have help. He has Kyrie and
Yeah,
JR.
I know. That's what I was trying to say. But
You said he had no help.
No, I said he carries, but he also does have some help.
Well, I think it's Kevin Durant just because he left the Oklahoma City Thunder because he wanted to try and win a championship, and that's exactly what he did. He was probably the best player in the finals, and he's just had an amazing season, and that's it. He's just had an amazing season. He can shoot. He's a very good three-point shooter too, and he has good defense too.
Yeah, and you say he has good defense, but I actually think it's Kawhi Leonard because he's the 2-time reigning defensive player of the year, and he also takes the scoring load for his team. And the Spurs aren't a bad team. I mean, they have DeMarcus Aldridge, they have Pau Gasol, they have Danny Green. It's not like he has to do it all on his own. So I think that kind of shows more when on a team like the Spurs where barely anybody ever is able to put up those numbers, that he does put up those numbers.
Well, KD also has people to pass to because he can pass to Curry, Clay, Draymond, Zaza.
But on any team, you can pass to anybody.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to power forward. Mine was. Here, you go first.
Mine was Anthony Davis.
Oh, yeah, that one was mine, too.
What was yours?
Anthony Davis.
All right, so I guess we can all agree on that one. My
Yep.
center was. Karl Anthony Towns.
My center was Marc Gasol.
My center was Karl Anthony Towns.
I kind of disagree with you on the fact that Karl Anthony Towns is still young, and I don't feel like he's given the same numbers as some of the other people. I feel like I haven't seen him go and do quite what I expected yet, and I feel like that will come in the next year or two. And the reason I say Marc Gasol is he plays on a team like the Grizzlies, and he still puts up great numbers. And you saw him against the Spurs in the playoffs. He completely destroyed their big Pau Gasol in the post game, and he really was one of the factors that drove the Grizzlies to almost win that series.
It might be because he's known him his whole life.
True.
All right. Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. So, reporting to you from 104.2 Sports Talk, I'm Diego. We have Jonathan Gurley and Gage Secor. Thank you.